Hello, this is Corey Green, and I am here to talk to you guys about two games, Papa Pear and Bridgie Jones, and I'm here to go over to the usability heuristics of this game. So let's get started on Papa Pear. So basically, the audio-visual representation supports the game fully. Little clicks here and there are properly done with the audio. Screen layout is efficient for the most part. There are a few problems that I have with the indicators for visibility on this game, and also the terminology is a little iffy. So the indicators are visible is kind of lost in this screen. Everything is moving, so I don't know exactly what is clickable and what is actually going on here. So the settings button at the very bottom left hand corner is a good indicator of that. So I've got a few nicely laid out options here. The exit button, the music button, the sound button, the let's see, the help button is all there. The notification button, I didn't know that was actually notifications until I clicked on it. It's a little, I don't know, I think they could have used a different icon. Other than that, it's pretty well laid out. But like I said before, everything is moving, so I don't know what is an icon and what isn't right from the get-go at first sight. So I think that they could have probably done a little bit more shadowing, maybe on the icons, or had them not move with the rest of the scenery. But other than that, I think they did a pretty good job. So I think they could improve on it a little bit, but for the most part, it's okay. So let's go into a game. Let it load. Okay, there are a few things wrong that I think need to be better explained. So when you actually make a goal at the very bottom by landing in one of these monsters, I feel that the bonus that it gives you, I think that indicator needs to show up for more than just a second, because if you don't see it right from the get-go, it's gone. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about there. If it'll ever get to the bottom. Okay, the 4700 icon that just showed up, that was only there for a split second. Now another problem that I have with this is memorization of what each bonus does. So I mean that's an indicator that it's fire, but I don't know exactly what it does. And it doesn't remind you later on in the game, it just does it. So I feel that is a problem with this game. Just in the indicator to the user getting feedback from the game. The game is visually appealing. I like the way it looks, but for that I gave it a 7, which isn't horrible. I do think that there are some visual things that just need to be augmented a little bit. And moving on to a game called Bridgie Jones, I did a fresh reboot on this game just to show you one key thing on this game. The audio visuals on this game are pretty good. The visual feedback and the audio feedback is pretty well done. It's got that whole rickety train vibe. I like that. So letting it load, that's more than 5 seconds. This right here, we are committed to providing you with a great gaming experience in a responsible way. So this is kind of breaking immersion a little bit for me. Verifying your age is great. I think tailoring content to your user's age is a great thing to do. But just the way that this is presented is a little off-key, I think. So I think what they could have done here was they could have made it sort of like a backdrop with like a wooden theme going on. So I think that they should have done that instead. let me enter my age, and I'm not entirely sure the full scope of this, if they actually do things tailored more towards kids or adults. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and get started. So layout is efficient and visually pleasing. Yes. Device UI and game UI are used for their own purposes. Not so much for that screen. It looked a little sterile. So player understands terminology. Let me go into that really quick by going into settings. Now off to the left we have our about screen, or our about button, and who's your daddy, and also forget it man. Right off the bat, I don't know what those mean. So clicking on the about brings us to an about screen, which is pretty self-explanatory. But who's your daddy, I'm not entirely sure of. So clicking on that brings us to credits about the people who actually made this. So that's not really 100% apparent right off the bat, and I think that's kind of unnecessary. So clicking on Forget It Man will reset the game. Not that basically pairing those two things together just doesn't make sense to me, and I think that needs to be changed. Now that isn't a huge ordeal. Just changing the wording would get that past me. So I think that they should have done that a little differently. Navigation is consistent, logical, and minimalist. Yes. Control keys are consistent. Yes. Everything else seems okay with this game. So there's not a whole lot there else to really complain about. Now the actual gameplay for this game is really nice. It gives you a great tutorial right off the bat. The help is there when you need it, and it's pretty easy to learn. So dragging, simple. And then you send the train on its way, and the levels get progressively harder from there. So I mean, the game is really simple. It gets progressively harder as you go along, and is very rewarding for the end user. So I really do like this game. So that is my overview of both this game and Papa Pear, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you guys later.